The product owner, or in our side, we call them product managers, who will be prioritizing. So quarterly, mag-identify me if this project is still relevant or this new project is more important than the last one. So kind of prioritize me. Sa mga backlogs. And then, mo end up na sa sprint planning. So sprints na mo 2 weeks ang period. So na gitawag ang nga kaning sprint planning. So mag-meet ang team with product owners. So mag-identify ni og unsay mga items na pwede na ma-work with ana nga week 2 week period nga enough for the dev team nga dili man sayang ang oras. And then make sure na appeal to sa mga top priorities na require sa mga clients or new features. So usually buhaton ni namo Mondays every other week planning. So ani nga time nanay yung gitawag nga commitments or kani. So as a team, mo commit mo nga mao ninyo ang deliverable or mao ninyo nga human ana nga period. Mag-select mo items including testing and deployment na ang commitment sana. So over time, after pila ka sprints, mag-monitor as sa management ka side, kami mag-monitor min unsay trend sa team, kung unsay capacity, ang tawag ng capacity. Tanawon mo kung pila ka items na ma-complete nila within given sprint. Mag-update me sa team kung unsay among trabaho. So ang update nimo usually we start with what you did yesterday and what you are planning to do today. So mo na mo ang kuan. Trabaho ni ang natrabaho before, last yesterday. And then today I'm planning to continue or work in this new item. Q&A nga time kani. Just to make sure nga aware ang other members sa team kung unsa inyong trabaho. I think this will be a good practice for kung mag-start mo o thesis. Aron na dili mabitaw isa ka person ang hago or ang uban kay from experience before sa college kay sa 4 man siguro mga members ay sa ka team na isa nga dili mo trabaho i-assign na lang sa documentation. Yeah. Ang problem with that setup is aron maka-document ka properly sa inyong project, you have to be familiarized with what was done and how you did it. Sa among company, usually ang mo document sa feature afterwards kung unsaon pagamit ana. Usually are katong developer na nag-work sa feature. Example, I think Tanaw na ko og na ba ko siya nang makita. I think na-close na ko on tab. But usually kung nami feature nga introduce nga murag magamit sa other teams or other members, especially mga technical documentations, kung kinsa tong dev na nag-work ato, will be the one responsible for documenting it. So 24 hours pa. So burn down or burn up chart. So usually sa mga company mag-track me kung pila na ka percentage or ani. So sa Jira na sila yung mga built-in na features for tracking burn down. So may pasabot sa burn down. So matracking mo sa graph kung pila na ang na-complete na items na deploy compared to pila yung gi-commit. So ang goal will be for the team to mag-start mong ingani daghan mao ni ang 100% sa items. Ang goal ninyo kay mahimong 0% na ang wala nga trabaho at the end of the sprint. Ideally yun na siya noon. Most of the time labi na og dako din yung system. So na yung mga new items pa insert during mid-sprint and mag-take out mo other items para ma-compensate, ma-balance. Kung na yung mga request from product owners or clients, so na yung ma-insert yapon good. Part na sa process sa Scrum Master, i-balance niya. Dili stress inyong mga developers. So kung na mo come in na new items, magtangtang sad mo less priority items. Finish work, sprint review. So part sa mo ang sprint review or part sa end sa sprint is demo. So kanina time kung waka na anad o speak in front sa school, mao ni time nga pressure ka kay padimuhon ka kung unsay imong gitrabaho. Kung working features na, kung na-deploy, usually quality assurance engineers ang mo-demo. But kung in progress pa na or for testing pa, usually the devs. Only nga time. And how do you do demo? So usually mag-ingana ka. So morning nga feature, click on this button. If you click on this, manay mo open something. So explain yung mga feature, yun saan mo po implement. And then most of the time, na mo attend ang mga head sa company, like sa mo attend ng mga VP for engineering. So nasa yung mga technical questions ato as well as mga kanang design and UI UX. And then product owners or product managers mo attend na. And then operations team as well mo attend from time to time na mo. Kaya sila may mo deal kung may issue sa production. Sprint reviews, sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective ang time is the time you will be giving your feedback about the sprint. So what went wrong, what went well, something you need to start, mga ingana. So ano nang i-meet ang team. So from experience, mao ni nga time nga kung nakay hinanakit sa imong ka-workmate, ano ni nga time pass nimo. But sa IT companies, mao na gitawag magwalang personalan. So everything is for your improvement, no? So you should be open to criticism. Pero during sprint retrospective, we don't actually see names. So dili ni mo i-call out ang other devs or QA like, oh, you missed you didn't deliver on this. So wala na. Dili na mo i-call out. Usually end up suggesting like we should try to be more accurate in our estimates. May nga inputs. So different companies, different culture, depende. Di ko sure sa other companies how they did it. But so far, somehow we will discuss what went wrong, what went well uh, on this portion, retrospective. And then we usually document this. Na documentation na page naman na. Let me see if I can show you. Okay. So we have something like this one. Like this one, what we do with the well. So, so we have something like this. So mga positive things. And then something we should have done better on this one. This is not okay. Question so far.
Sir, may questions ako chat box. Aside sa Agile, sir, kaing nice nga methodology.
Guide for the students. No? Okay.
Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Uh,
may question sir sa chat box. So, aside daw sa Agile, kung sa ilaing nice nga methodology daw. Si Miss Nangkil.
Kanban is another. Kuan nyo. So mag-practice mo, daily stand up, mag-meet mo sa team, mag-split lang, and then weekly siguro, mag-withdraw mo, mag-evaluate mo kung ano yung progress. Scrum is actually part of Agile. So, ang tawag na Agile Scrum. So, sa industry, ano yung pinaka-common na gi-practice.
Another question, sir. So, from Narel Platino. So, kung sa'y kalahian daw sa sprint review o sprint retrospective.
So, sprint review na mo, mag-review mi if unsay wala pa ma-deliver na items. So, mag-go through mi sa amo ang board kung unsay status sa mga tickets, unsay na-complete na mo, unsa pay kulang, pila pay remaining hours. And then, may planning. So, ano nga time sa planning, among i-factor in katong remaining items. Sa retrospective, ang mga to na mag-feedback kami, mga personal na evaluation kung unsay dapat na to i-improve sa team or team improvement. Whereas katong sa among side, sa mga mag-sprint review mi, go through gin mi sa katong mga items na work on.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's proceed. So, preparing for an industry. Okay, so while na pa mo time, no? At least wala pa mo graduate, you still have time to prepare for the industry, no? So, ini-graduate pang yun ninyo, mahog nga blank or wala kay pakita pa unless na kay projects ma-present or sa other schools, ang ilang gibuhat, example sa San Carlos, ilang gibuhat kay mga tech stack na gipagamit nila sa mga students kay kung unsay demand sa industry. So I think na sila research and then maybe nag-check sila sa mga job boards bitaw like Monster or kung unsa lang. I think Monster. Okay. Kalimut ko sa site sa community. Okay. So i-try lang ninyo mga check sa mga sites like this one or sa hindi ko sure sa mga local job sites like so makakita ka kung sa mga trend rin like inganing requirement like full stack developer, business analyst, yan. So na mo input kung sa inyo prepare. As I have shared earlier sa katong previous company na mo, ang taga San Carlos kay wag nag-send sila isa ka I think faculty member nila, gi-send nila sa company na mo. So nag-work siya dito for 2 years, I think, as immersion. I'm not sure if nibalik na ba siya sa school. But at least naka-provide siya sa school kung unsay mga technologies gigamit. Maybe good practice for BISO as well. I'm not to unsay term na. But ang ilang mga students katong nang-apply sa company, they were using tech stack kung unsay gigamit na mo. So, dali ba sila interview, dali ba po sila na-hire. Kaya naman sila approve, na sila project na pakita. So, if you are starting mag-plan ka sa imong career path, if you want to be a web developer, so mo na usual nga path nimo. But there are other options like gusto ka nga kuan, mobile application developer, lahi to sila mga kuan, path or roadmap imong basihan. Pag-research lang, nawa na yung mga guides kung unsa imong tunan dapat. Or ganahan ka mag-master ka Java or mag-master ka og Golang or ganahan ka mag-web. So far web, highly in demand. Even sa Australia, I have friends in Australia currently. They are contacting kanang mga kailan na mo diri sa Pinas kay nagkulang sila dito og resource. So mag-outsource sila diri. You are paid in dollars while working in the Philippines. So na ko'y mga dagan kaila sa Cebu. They are working from home for Australian and US companies. So kung mag-start pa lang ka, you have a choice to do front end and back end and some DevOps. If magtrabaho ka PHP, you will be able to work both ani. But if ganahan ka mag-master, i-separate nimo ang server side and then sa front end nga side aron ma-master nimo. So sa front end na side, pag-research lang man I think na guide sa roadmap that is H man siguro kanina side. So familiarize yourself ano time and then kabantay mo mga overview ni sila basically mga info. And then ang pinaka next will be version control. Ano nga time ang Git? So mga requirements yun sa mga developers kaya baka Git. Especially when you are working with a team. Kaya mga next time na makakontribute ka dito sa repository and then as well as ma-review sa other devs mo ang code. Okay. Yung changes. So familiarize yourself with Git, mag-train ta later I think after lunch maybe, but before we end, let's check the setup ninyo. And then GitHub, GitLab. GitHub is owned by Microsoft now. So Microsoft may tagiyan na sila inindot na feature recently na vulnerability check. So mga nang bubalin sa GitHub kay pwede ma-check inyong code kung vulnerability. So tingali ma-hack inyong applications. Tapos sila mga dependency check. GitLab, nakagamit ko before. It's a bit slow. Pero nindot na sila mga UI o flow. Hinay lang ilang platform before. Upali na improve sila. Bitbucket, currently we are heavily using this. Bitbucket. So ingani mo ang gamit naman sa Bitbucket is for repository and then amo ang pipelines. Unsa na pipelines so automatic amo in-merge nimo. So I'm not sure if you have heard this before. What we call CI/CD. So we have continuous integration, continuous deployment, continuous delivery. So, ang process is na may gitawag nga branch, develop branch. Think of it as maybe branch sa kahoy kung tayo or something. We call it branch. In-merge nimo sa imong code dito nga branch automatic mo build ang pipeline. Okay, namay nga ni. So, in-immerse mo sa develop, automatic na ni mo build. Forma sa build, something like this. May mga message na deployment. Finish, pwede ka maka-deploy automatic. Correspondingly sa GitHub, na sila feature nga na pod. Ano siya? Gamit na mo. Web security. Kani gamit kayo ni web security, basic na mga information, content security policy, kaning UAS. So kang company na mo required gid mo undergo og UAS training. So mga na bugunsa ng UAS. So nari mga certifications ang UAS. Application security. So nami mga, I think, quarterly training man siguro na. Sindan raman may sa among company. Require me to complete this training regarding UAS, mga basic security. So, okay. Continue. I think kung mag-start ka lang mo, you start yourself with HTML and then CSS and then JavaScript and then Git. Once you start exploring CSS, you should familiarize yourself with mga UI libraries. Kani dili pa ni kayo pwede man ni skip ninyo. Natay mga UI libraries. Kani like Material UI, Tailwind CSS. Nagamit. Dili necessary nga hutdon ni mo og tuon. Paggamit lang gyud isa. Siguro Material UI or Tailwind. Or Element UI, hindi nimo. And then pick a framework. Mag-pick lang dire. So either Vue, Angular, pinaka-simple or one of learning curve is Vue.js. Dali pa masabtan. Bago lang ka nag-start. React, currently pinaka-popular. Before, Angular was very popular. I think 5-6 years ago, mo na nagagamit na sa previous company, but then nag-change sila version. Nag-migrate ng mga developers instead of using Angular to React. Currently, pinaka-popular na yun. And under sa React, nanay laing mga panpod like Next.js. So we'll try to have an overview later. I'll let you do some development in Next.js. Vue.js. Modern CSS, mga style component, CSS. Ay lang mo kag-all kung daghan kayo tunanan. Ang importante maka-start, no? Ay lang mo sige og plan nga magtuon na lagi ko. Kung dili mo maka-start gyud wala gamit ang plan. Is framework, publishable apps. Eventually, kung ma-master na mo ani, or naalam mo yung overview ani, dako na mo potential na mahar sa industry. Ibisan front-end lang. In addition to this, kung magtuon mo front-end, uh, pag-familiarize po mo o mga design tools like Figma. Mga yan. Pag-design o mga site. Daghan na sila. Napoy gitawag og mock-ups. Or una mo'y Photoshop sa inyong machine, pag tuon mo, daghan kayong guide. Ang advantage this time for IT students kay naa na internet. No? Sa una kay mawadto pa may internetan, mag-print kung unsay among tunan. But currently, pwede ka maka-access anywhere. This is a big advantage. Pwede mo create og free account ani. Create na mga simple mga designs like this. Sa school, pwede siguro require ninyo ang students for their thesis na mag-create sila ng nga designs. At least makita na kung sa forma before pa magama ang ilang system. Sa among company, before mo start og project, usually namin require na mo nga namin mga map-ups. So, kani mga part ani uban wala sa pili ra mo kung asa ninyo tunan. Kay kani Next.js pwede ra ni part na dire sa ang importante maka-start mo project, magamit mo sa technology. Okay. So, mga na front-end na roadmap ninyo, magtuon mo. And maybe if you are working with a team, you have to ask someone, ikaw may trabaho sa back-end, at least mag-familiarize mo. And then, next week, by lunasan mo task, para maka-change mo role. Familiarize mo. So backend side, usually mag-deal ka o mga server-side applications. Server-side applications, so currently they are suggesting Go lang, Java, C#, PHP. My side, you can start with Node.js. I'm not sure if natin. You can use in place of Java or something, or C#, PHP. You can use Node.js. So you only have to familiarize yourself with JavaScript. Or if you have Java lessons in college, you can use it. Or PHP. And then, same as before, still a requirement to have the basic knowledge of Git in this one, repository. And then, Figma, free. I think na free version. I'm not sure if na free nga Figma actually. Because naka-subscribe man gani ako. Hinatag man sa niya access na ko. I think usually things like Mata Figma, I think they have a version, limited version. So you start with from here, and then you expand to exploring database. So maybe you can use one of these. You can use MySQL or Postgre. I know some companies in Cebu, they're using PostgreSQL. In our company, we are using MySQL. Most of the US-based company nga natawaan ako, they prefer MS o Microsoft due to support. So, dili sila kayo ganahan o open source. Kaya mostly, labi na mga established companies, they are using MS SQL. Mainly because of the support sa Microsoft. So, pwede sila mo contact sa support team kung na issues. Databases. May explore rin ninyo once you start working with the databases. Daghan gali wala mo kung kaibaw. Except with Mongo, Workmongo, Firebase. Basic information pinaka-importante GWT. Some LSSO, some L, these are used especially sa mga established companies like us. Mo login ka sa other sites, gamit nimo sa SSO na lang, click lang ka dito sa inyong dashboard, nakalagin na ka. But importante ma-understand niyo is basic authentication, basic authentication, GWT, mga nila sa akin. I found a lot of tutorials or guides sa YouTube, so you should try to research or maybe search some of the terms here. You should be able to find some videos. Or you can try Udemy if you have the money. Okay. Caching, Redis, Memcache, eventually, once you start working on a project, magka-expand na yung knowledge, and then you will be able to encounter or use some of these technologies. It does not mean that you have to study all of this at once. CI/CD. Ang pinaka-last is keep learning. So once you start working or studying scripting or programming language, within your apply, you can apply 80 to 20 rule. So ma-explore lang mo of 20% sa features and then you start working. Remaining 80 encounter niyo during actual working. So magtuon lang mo mga 20% sa mga most common or highly used features, and then the remaining 80% you will be able to explore or research during actual work. Okay. Next, DevOps. Mga basic naman. It's up to you. Pinaka-importante, I think one of the most important skill to develop for students is familiarize yourself with Linux or Linux commands. Reason is, most of the commands na nasa tutorials or online, there will be some of those will be Linux commands. Especially if you will be dealing with servers. Mostly you will be working with Linux. Okay? Windows servers, I think they na may fee. Dili na ko go through nito na. These are some guides on what to explore ninyo. Even after working 12 plus years in the industry, there are a lot of things here that I haven't used or familiarized. Question. So atong I sent the survey form to ninyo few days ago. I think the other day. So let's see your responses. Dili lang nato i-view ang individual responses. No? So website, have use, so nakagamit mo. If you have opened this in your browser, then you have used something. You should have dapat the morning have heard of it. Kung nakagamit mo Facebook sa browser, you have opened a website or something. Kung nag-research mo somewhere, should have. Web app. Question, what's the difference between web app and website? Okay. So web apps, if specific features, gali, ang tawagan na to web apps. No? Example, if this is Canva, the one I'm using for presentation. So it has specific features, like for presentations. You can think of web apps as websites with specific features. Websites can apply to all, especially to kind of mga information or text ng mga sites. If nakagamit mo Facebook sa browser, you should have used this web app. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, those are mga big web applications. At least nakagamit na niyo. Have practiced Agile. So they can be the coach ninyo at the school. Ay mo guide ninyo. Ako i-share ni sa information sa inyong teachers kaya man kamo may kuhawan nga speaker or guide sa inyo mga classmates. Nakapractice na mo o Agile Software Development. Scrum, na-artist na kanila. So, Scrum and Agile are slightly related. UI UX mainly for design. So at least naamoy for terms. So these are the common terms. Database, at least most of you have worked with database. I assume maybe MySQL. Yung gamit?
Sir.
Yes, sir. Muna kasagaran nilang gamit may
Okay. Nindot na ang MySQL actually. I think Facebook is using MySQL in their data storage. Since you are learning or studying or using MySQL, try to use stored procedures. In our company, we are heavily using these stored procedures. Now, instead of putting all your SQL query together with your backend code, or if you are using PHP, in PHP, you should just call stored procedure. In our company, we have this setup. Instead of our SQL queries being with the backend code, we just call the stored procedure. Then we just pass parameters. Limpyo kayo ang result sa flow sa queries po. If you can differentiate asa ang issue, pwede man ninyo ma-check ang result sa stored procedure o sa inyong backend side. It's just a matter of suggestion. Depende lang ninyo kung ano yung actual application. But sa company mo, I have created a number of stored procedures and then integrated it to the backend API. So, flow niya, dali ka maka-troubleshoot kung asa ang issue. And then, pwede you can delegate the actual work on the DB side to someone and then backend part on someone else sa team. Front-end side, money, try to explore some of the UI libraries. So, pwede mo it's been a while na nakagamit ng Bootstrap. So far sa mga kailan ako, we are not using Bootstrap. We have used Element UI. It's written by Chinese. So, if you are dili comfortable sa English, you can try learning Chinese. Daghan kayong mga libraries written by Chinese developers. Element UI or Tailwind. Highly recommended Tailwind systems. Instead of writing your own classes or mga designs, magamit ng mo Tailwind systems. As a matter of principle in programming, we have duhog naman ang try. So as much as possible, i-reuse na to kung saan na-develop sa community or other developers. No? Ayon mapaspas ang atuang development work. Kami Zelda marami kayo mo create og among own styling. At the start of the project, we will create the styles based on maybe Tailwind or Element UI, and then i-reuse na ito namo throughout the project. Like this one, mga MD, sizing, mga PT. Padding, these are padding. P for padding, T for top. Back-end. I think sa mga nakagamit, maybe you are using Java or PHP sa school. Okay. Try exploring Node.js as well. It's quite in demand in the industry. Java as well. Daghan gyapon og demand ng Java. But if you want ka na gamay lang ang learning curve, try Node.js. Kaya aron mag front-end ka, magamit ka Vue.js, Vue, React, those are JavaScript frameworks. And then, sa back-end, JavaScript lang yapon. Bootstrap. At least na nakagamit. Uy, wag kang gamit to naka-kuha ng browser. If you are using Google Chrome or Microsoft, kung saan ang browser sa Microsoft Edge, I think. So you should have used this. I was expecting na naka-use na tanan. Bug. Okay. So bug, any issues na maki-encounter niyo na gamit niyo sa site or sa app, we call it bug. Mga reporting, dili na bug na ka ng insects. CSS. I think na mo'y web development na subject. So basic styling, CSS. Gamit kayo ng CSS for styling. And then while learning CSS, you should explore. Uy, nauhi man si Walter Makadini. Tawan pa mo dyan. CSS. While learning CSS, try to learn this, try to study this. CSS or SAS, same thing. There are a lot of mga guides dire, or you can try YouTube. Dali industry approved. Seldom in the industry will use plain. Yes. So magamit din may mga SAS, or before there was what we call less. But currently, ang trend ay SAS. Na lang din nakagamit yung SAS. So at least you have some reference or some pangatanaan yan in yung deployments. Try to itong i-try later na maka-deploy mo sa web during our next GS training. Docker. Optional it's a good to have. Namin nakagamit yung Docker ninyo. There are 5 individuals who have used Docker. So you can ask, naban ninyo sa inyong klase kung kinsa. O tanaan lang sila kung gamit sa Docker. Sprints, at least na practice sprints. Backlog, story. So story in software development is writing what we call ticket or kung unsay matabaon. So nana siya requirement. How to ang tawag na sa IT is user story. How to work. User story. Nana siya. So see at large ka. So na yung mga guides na. Tingnan ni ito example niya. Ano? Usually mga user stories, we write this as this. As a user, I want to see, let's say, input field for me to type my search query. Yan. So, can try exploring this one. If the one writing the story are our POs, usually, but for technical na mga requirements, like set up, back-end side, mga ingana, or set up deployment, delete mo ingana yung pagsuwan. Sa moment, ang mong practice. Full stack developers. Pwede naman ay wala tayo training naman ay kamawagit. Pwede na rin yung pangatan. GitHub. I think I have asked in the guide before to sign up for an account in GitHub. Hopefully na mo yung account dito. We'll try to use it on this afternoon's session. HTML. If you did your project, kung naamoy web development na subject, dapat nakagamit mo ano. Talaga i-check ni sir kung kinsan na wala nakagamit. Hagbong ni 5. Vue.js. Na nakagamit niyo yung Vue.js. React. JavaScript. Responsive design. This is a responsive design. This is a trend or most of the time a requirement when developing web applications. No? Kung say, sabat o responsive design is kung i-adjust ni mo mong screen, dapat mo adjust ni mo ang application. Or sa MOA before in my previous company, we have a lot of testing for multiple screen sizes. Na may mga test devices for mobile, tablets, PCs, kaning monitors, na even we test TVs, and na yung mga Star TVs na makaload ng websites. So i-test na namo na unsay ang amuang layout is still working sa big screens. If you are going to use mga ingani libraries like Tailwind or Bootstrap, they should have utilities for responsive designs. Dali na ni ma-address ko responsive design. Wireframes. Wireframes, I think it will be a good thing to practice kung maka-start mo sa inyo thesis. Or if di mo mag-wireframes, you can use mga tools like Mockup for design. Back ka sa presentation. Now my question on what to prepare, on how to prepare for the industry.
Okay, participants, interns, have more question.
Okay. Two more slides before we end. Question. Kung aside from technical ninyo na skills, what are other skills that you should have to prepare for the industry? Answer, listening, coding. English. Unsay uban answers? Patience. Okay, let's continue. What else to learn for the industry? These are not ordered by kung unsay pinaka-top, no? But one of the personally what I encourage is for individuals to learn English and communication skills. Especially if you are going to work with multinational companies. So, example in my current company, we have about 16 nationalities. We have Singaporeans, we have Chinese, Japanese, Americans, Australians, Filipinos, Indonesians, Thailand, Thai, Indians, Bangladeshi, French, British. So our main way to communicate is we use English. And it's very important to have enough bisag basic lang nga level sa English, at least you can express yourself. Madili ka misunderstood. Kay dili pasabot nimo kay dugay humanon, and then they will think of it as easy. Ay wala nimo communicate properly. And one advantage of communication skills as well is, or you should try to kind of take opportunity kung nasa school na maka-speak in front of others, because when you are going to work in the industry, you can't say no if you will be asked to present something. So especially during demo, kung nakay mahuman nga feature, nakay trabahoon, you will be asked to do the demo yourself. So kung dili ka anad mo speak in front of others, dili magtanga-tanga ka dito or mo-freeze ka, dili ka ka-express sa imong kuan. And then other skills, we have time management and kaning punctuality. So naman tayo ka ng negative traits sa Pinoy. Sige tagka-late. But when working with other nationalities, they are very time conscious. If you say, let's start by 9 a.m., by 8:59, 8:58, nana sila ma-join sa meeting. And then time management, kanang manage ka sa imong time, especially when you are working with a team, or kanang you are practicing agile software development. you will be doing your commitments. So mag-express ka, at the start of the sprint, you will be saying that I will be taking these items to, we'll be working on these items this sprint. So we'll be able to deliver them. You have to manage your time correctly in order to be able to deliver those commitments. Kay it wouldn't reflect good on you if you keep on missing deadlines. In the industry, kami sa among end, we have yearly evaluation, we have quarterly evaluations. Para namang feedback mi sa among goals, targets namo nga ma-deliver ana a quarter. And then likewise, we have yearly evaluation. And then yearly evaluations namo, basihan namo sa kung saan na-deliver namo sa or gi-commit namo throughout the years or throughout all of the quarters. And then most of the time, nanay percentage-wise, part sa among bonus will be based on that performance. Question, ako mo seminar, sir. We do internal trainings. In my previous company, about 6 years ago, I was able to work in a company where we hired fresh grads. So we do seminars. So senior developers will share technical expertise to katong fresh grads or katong mga junior devs. Teamwork. You should try to be able to work with others. No? Teamwork. Kailangan dili mo mapikon. Or kanang importante ka ng teamwork, especially if you are working with others. You should try to take in consideration their religious belief. I have worked with a lot of kanang other religions, no, and then napayuban mga atheists, openly atheists. So you should be able to work with them. Openness to criticism, during retrospective, especially kani, o maigo ka sa statement sa other individuals, you should not get angry o dili nimo personalon. But rather, you will use it as a drive to improve yourself. Other soft skills. Pwede mo mag-research other soft skills, sorry. Kanang mga kamao mo sayaw, mo kanta, ay time maggamit na ninyo, especially if you're fresh grads or new hires, because you will be asked to present during Christmas parties or gatherings. If you can say no sa school during presentations, in the industry, you can't. So you have to at least have some confidence or maybe learn some skills. Question from Naril. Kamo sir, mo undergo mo seminars? We do undergo trainings, but non-technical trainings na mo actually. Or required may mo complete o mga series of trainings, but video lang ang tanan. Tagal na may guide sa company, you need to complete this training. And then, kaming company na ko, nami mga trainings, and then, even though mga seniors mitanan, nami mga exams. So, naay mga platform gigamit na mo, naay video ipatanaw, and then there's an exam afterwards. To make sure that you understand. So, usually, we have a passing about 80-90%. To complete the training. And then we'll get a certificate afterwards. But for learning new technologies, it will be up to you. Once you pass the fresh grad label or the junior level, you will be learning it yourself. Or you can try uh, videos or online. Usually, you can try Udemy. As for me, I usually just read documentations. Other questions? Na debugger tester. Depende sa company. In our company, part of the team is what we call quality assurance. So other companies, maybe ang tawag nila kay tester or debugger. But in our company, we call them quality assurance engineers. So they make sure nga ang quality sa imong product is top-notch. And they give the go signal kung ma-deploy na ang product or ang feature. They are usually not a separate team, but part of the Scrum team or katong engineering team that I discussed earlier. Usually, in a team of 8 sa team, usually composed of 2 quality assurance engineers and then about 5 developers and then 1 Scrum Master. In my current company, we have a team of 4, 1 team of 5, with 1 quality assurance engineer each. And then about 2 full stack engineers. Ano po may questions? So my friends and I, nako'y friends sa Australia, ni contact sila nako. So we started some startup we call Bijaya. Wala pa ni content. But we are planning to provide trainings sa Bohol. Hopefully, bago lang in the process of setting up. So among trainers will be from Australia. Mga kauban of work before. So they know the latest trends sa Australia, and then I can share myself as well for about the trends in Singapore and Cebu. We are thinking of doing some trainings. And then we'll hopefully, if you have potential, we'll hire you and then give you projects for clients in Australia. So we have, I think, 2 prospective clients at the moment. We are starting. We have started training few individuals. So hopefully in the future, some of you, once you graduate, we can hire some of you. Ang gamit na mo kayo sa company, ang gamit na mo currently, we have React and Next.js. I think that's it for part 1. Questions? REST API. Yeah, we are heavily using that in our company. RESTful API. So our setup in the company, we have front end, atong gingon ako Vue.js, Element UI, and the back end we have Node.js. We created REST APIs using Node.js. I think that's it for part one. We'll resume maybe 1:15. Maybe we'll start 1:10 for part two, which is the Git training.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for... I guess wala na yung question
We,
siguro na sila.
Pwede i-close ang Gmit. So this afternoon, I'll send a link. Maybe we can use this one 8x8.c/Candijay.
Okay, so take note, participants. We will use these.
Okay. So we type once you type this URL, you will be taken to this page, and then you can just join. Thank you guys. See you this afternoon.
Sir, thank you, sir. So participants, see you on this afternoon, 1:10 p.m. And let's give our speaker a verbal applause before we end this morning session. One. Thank you, sir, for the sharing insights about the real-world scenario or processes in software development and IT industry. Thank you, sir. Isa, labi mo ron kasi bro. Sakto ra to.
Charge sa sir.
Okay. You can leave the meeting na. You can take your lunch.
Thank you, sir. Sir, pasend ko sa link, sir, sa katong giingon ni Sir Nael sa group chat.
Ah, okay, okay. Itong 8x8/Candijay. Oh, that
Sa
VC.
group, sir.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye. Enjoy your lunch.